Alright, so today we're going to be taking apart, inspecting, so on and so forth, finding out what, model or brand of carburetor this is. This is the carburetor off of the Charger. I have no idea what manufacturer it is, what model. I know it's a 4-barrel carb. I know it's in pretty rough shape. And that these back here are stuck. So we're just gonna take it apart, just kind of see what some of the internal damage looks like, see what's missing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of take it apart, see if I can figure out who makes it and stuff like that. So enjoy the video. Of screwdrivers here, screwdriver bits, so on and so forth. It looks like most of these heads are flat heads, but I don't know if there's any specialty screws or anything. But we're gonna find out when we start tearing into this. I was taking apart these screws here, and I saw some markings up here. They were under some stuff. So it's a Carter Thermoquad 6-2141, made in the USA. So after a quick Google search, basically it's a 4-barrel carburetor, which I think we all knew. An emissions capable carburetor, so that would make sense since this is a 73 Charger, and that's shortly after emissions stuff came out. Let's see, what else did I see? One thing I thought was weird, if I can find it. It is a hybrid type carburetor, so the top and bottom plate are aluminum, but this centerpiece here they claim is a resin of some kind, which is weird because all the carburetors I've dealt with have been 100% aluminum, something like that. But they also claim that the since it's resin, it can stay 20 degrees cooler than all metal. Apparently this carburetor was put in cars and trucks from 1971 through 1984, so this carb is pretty much made specifically for the 400 cubic inch engine, and it's also made for B-body Dodge cars as well. So I don't know, I think that's enough talking technical spiel that I don't really know what I'm talking about, and let's get into actually taking this thing apart now. It's proven to be a little bit harder than I originally thought to take apart. I figured there was these bolts on top that you take out, and they appear that they run all the way through. So I figured that they run all the way through, so it should just pop off like all the other carburetors I've taken apart. But So I tried sticking a screwdriver in here, and let me see if I can, there it is. I broke it a little bit right there. So that is in fact plastic, so, but I've taken, you know, pretty much every single bolt I can out of the top of this, and it still won't come apart. I don't know if I'm missing something. I don't know if it's just so crusted together that it's not wanting to come apart. I don't know. I'm probably going to start working on taking some of these linkages off, stuff like that, seeing if that would make any difference. And if not, then maybe I'll try and clean up around this area and see if it'll pop loose. Yeah, not sure. I'm just going to start taking as much stuff off this as I can. The thing I wanted to point out is when I was taking this stuff apart, I found these two little brass pieces that were sitting right in here holding there's a linkage up in here. But what I thought was super cool is these tiny little brass pieces, if it'll focus, say 1965 on it. So that's kind of cool. I know it's probably not that cool, but I thought it was. So I was taking some stuff off, and I took this little plate off, and I happened to find my screws I was missing. I got one out. There's the other one right there, and I'm having a heck of a time. That's what that other one looked like. That's pretty crusty. I've tried the good old crescent wrench and screwdriver trick. I've tried the impact. I'm about to bring out the big guns and old-fashioned impact driver. So here's my big old impact driver. This is why you don't cross me screws, okay? Because then I bring out the big guns that may or may not work. I guess we're going to find out here in a sec. And looks like the carb's gonna come apart now. And yes, that's how many tools it took. Don't worry, I'll clean up here in a minute. Come on. Hey, I think that was my issue. Ready? Huh, that doesn't look anywhere near as bad as I thought it would. That actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. It floats. Looks to be in pretty good condition. See, I'm used to floats being like here and here. Actually, no, I guess here and here. But there's like these little these little panels you can unscrew and easily access the floats. So this is different style. So yeah, that's not as bad as condition. It looks pretty crusty from the outside. The inside, yeah, doesn't look that bad. Now in here, oof, I see something in there. That's a little bit of an issue. Well, that's an issue. That looks like a spring of some kind, and I don't think it's supposed to look like that. But yeah, in here, it doesn't really look that bad. This is definitely plastic, which is weird. But it actually looks like pretty robust plastic, not gonna lie. Kind of impressed with that. And also, for some reason, there was a ton of clay on the outside, and I don't know if that was like wasps or something. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get this piece off now, and then I'll throw it back on the time lapse, and then that should be most of it taken apart. So I got this plastic piece off. Actually, relatively simple. I just had to pry around a little bit, take two of these little brass pieces out. They're sitting here in the bottom, right there and right there. But in the beginning of the video, I was saying You know, I don't know why they'd, you know, it seems kind of weird that they'd put a plastic or a resin insert in the middle of a carburetor. And now that I've taken one apart, it kind of makes sense because it's definitely lighter. It's clearly strong. And I mean, look at this. I mean, this is made, I don't know, I'm going to say in the 60s. Because those little brass pieces said 1965. But I mean, latest it could be is like 1972, since that is a 73 Charger, and this is the original carb that came on it. But I mean, just look at the condition of this thing on the inside. Look at these pieces here. They look brand new. And then, you know, this stuff was, you know, exposed to the elements and heat, so on and so forth. But I mean, with a little bit of cleaning, I bet you this plastic could look probably like that, if not, you know, the inside of this. But I mean, I'm kind of impressed with how well this plastic has held up against time, against running. You know, it's clearly very heat resistant, because I can imagine that big old 400 was cranking out some heat. So, and then this is your little base plate with your throttle blades. The smaller ones were the ones that were working, and then these little pockets of aluminum right here, that's where those little really shiny plastic pieces were. I mean, those look pretty good, not gonna lie. But these throttle blades, big blades, are, oh, yeah, we didn't need that anyway. They're rusted shut or something like that. I'm not gonna bother messing with it. But I'm kind of looking at this right here, and I'm thinking same thing with the block. I think it got water damage somehow. That's what I get out of it, is water on this side. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, I hope it was entertaining, interesting. Second carburetor I've taken apart. This one was definitely a lot more challenging than the Hawley carburetor I took apart with my grandpa. That's it for this video. I hope it was entertaining. So yeah, have a good day. Peace.